Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Baca. Welcome to my presentation, Interactive Semiotic Signs in Digital Environments. This project was designed in response to our unit content and graphic design seminar media strategy. It's for Project A. So, a little bit about me. I'm an MFA graphic design candidate at Savannah College of Art and Design. One of the main reasons I'm interested in interactive semiotic signs in digital environments is because it is relevant to my thesis proposal topic. My proposal, which I'll be presenting in a few weeks for my graduate candidacy review, is about how graphic designers can utilize electronic applications to aid early childhood education in order to teach children about the environment, encourage collaboration, and get them physically active. Additionally, as I've been designing more and more for digital environments rather than print, it is very relevant to where I am in my work professionally. This presentation is also for the graphic design community so that they may understand the relevance of interactive semiotic signs when creating for digital environments that are becoming more and more interactive in different ways. Over the past century, developments in technology and media have grown rapidly. The advent of the computer has given way to the tablet and the telephone to the smartphone. These digital devices and their environments have taken over many facets of our daily lives. Through web pages, applications, and software, their environments allow us to socialize and communicate interactively with each other. We listen to music, we watch movies, and we read on them. They respond to our touch, motion, voices, and wants. If it can be imagined, it probably is an app, a website, or will be soon. So how is this all possible? Design. The visual form of these digital environments replaces so many of our daily activities. It's important to understand how powerful design is in shaping them. This is the job, but not solely limited to, the graphic designer, a person who specializes in creating visual communications for an intended purpose and audience. In this presentation, I will be discussing how graphic designers can use interactive semiotic signs in digital environments, like the Facebook like button, to create powerful experiences that affect human behavior and society because of their similarity to communication and motion in the physical realm. By looking at a few examples, we will see how interactive semiotic signs shape user perception in digital environments because of their similarity. In her book, Graphic Design Theory, Graphic Design in Context, Meredith Davis discusses this notion of similarity as cognitive context for design and how we are alike. She states that human perception, motivation, and reasoning comprise one dimension of the overall context for design, and defines how audiences are both alike and different. Much of our cognitive perception and processing of visual stimuli has its origins in the biological world and survival responses. Other interpretive behaviors are learned and shared among people with same general cultural experiences. Human perception of similarity is situated in the biological physical realm. Essentially, our prior experiences become referential in helping us decode new situations in order to understand them. We will be looking at Facebook's like button and Mark Geyer's The Art of UI Animations, which will help illustrate how powerful similarity is in interactive semiotic signs. Facebook's like button shows us how influential the design of a single interactive sign can be in shaping human behavior and society through its similarity to physical realm communication. Additionally, it shows us, along with Geyer's presentation, how the motion of interactive signs in digital environments create meaning because of their similarity to physical realm experiences. As technology grows and our ways of communicating do as well, graphic designers need to understand the power they have in shaping meaning in any environment through the use of semiotic signs. Let's take a look at what a semiotic sign is. The sign and what it represents. In the early 20th century, semiotics was developed through the work of linguistics, anthropologists, and philosophers who established it as the study of the life of signs. It is concerned with the patterns and functions of language and how meaning is created and maintained through fundamental processes. Working during this time were the Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure and the American philosopher Charles Sanders Peirce. They came up with separate but similar ideas on semiotics, and both were centered on the sign. For this presentation, we will be focusing on Peirce's concepts. Peirce believed the sign is something that means something to someone somewhere. Peirce's theory, semiotics, was made of three primary orders of signs. The first, indexical, is something that is made directly from or shares a commonality with the original. The second, iconic, is represented by a realistic drawing or rendering of a thing. The third, symbolic, portrays a written or spoken word like cow that symbolizes the relationship between it and the original. For instance, the Facebook like button and Geyer's examples are symbolic because they do not share a commonality or realistic rendering of a thing, but rather symbolize the relationship between it and the original. With this fundamental notion of the semiotic sign, we begin to see how users derive meaning from signs because of what they represent in digital environments. As Davis explains, representation is a process through which people make something that expresses an interest in some particular aspect of something else. They are substitutions that provide information about things. In digital environments, signs, such as the Facebook like button, act as symbols helping us understand the organization of how things work, or what they represent, which provides meaning and structure. In other words, interactive elements in digital environments act as semiotic signs through their representation. They have qualities that represent things in the physical realm. When used, semiotic signs convey meaning to individuals and society through their symbolic representation. For instance, on one level, Facebook's like button represents communication, impacting behavior. On another, it is acted upon and conveys motion. So let's look at how this works by first looking at how it acts as communication. Sign as communication. In her TED Talk, How Giant Websites Design for You and a Billion Others Too, Margaret Gold Stewart discusses the Facebook like button. She says the designer of the button spent over 280 hours over several months redesigning it for its relaunch. She explains, now why would we spend so much time on something so small? It's because when you're designing at scale, there is no such thing as a small detail. This innocent little button is seen on average 22 billion times a day and on 7.5 million websites. It's one of the single most viewed designed elements ever created. Now that's a lot of pressure for a little button and the designer behind it. As most of us know, the like button, in any of its forms, is used on websites and in personal user accounts on Facebook. It allows users to communicate a preference that they like something specific about some content being presented. When clicked, it is shared on their Facebook account and on the hosting website. This like can also be seen within their friends' feeds. This button operates as a sign of user interest on both the web page and their personal page. This interactive semiotic sign creates and acts as communication in digital environments, creating interaction between users and information online, and between user and user. When users communicate whether they like something or not, Facebook responds by adding them to the list of likes and notifying the account holder of their action. It acts symbolically for physical realm communication and how we might interact and respond in face-to-face, person-to-person conversations. Additionally, it performs as a communication device, informing users of trends on the web, in the news, in companies, and within social networks. However, there is something else at play here, and it's our physical interaction on that little button through motion. Sign as motion. Motion is situated in real life. It's a process of so many things that we do, feel, and see. It represents something inherent in humans and living and non-living things. In their essay, Navimation, Exploring Time, Space, and Motion, in the design of screen-based interfaces, John Aikens and Andrew Morrison define spatial manipulation as motion in a digital environment that creates a sense of two- or three-dimensional space. Technology has progressed so much that it now allows objects in digital environments to appear as if they are in motion, generated in real time, and responding to the user's actions. When a user interacts with the digital environment and objects in digital space mimic ones outside of it, the space operating between the rail and the screen diminishes. Motion in digital spaces creates the sensation that we are operating in the physical realm. In his presentation, The Art of UI Animation, Geyer uses spatial manipulation and the semiotic sign to show designers how interactive signs can be designed to enhance digital environments through things like animated buttons or even a page's point of view. His presentation successfully explains how designers create powerful experiences by literally showing the user how motion in digital environments works through scale, position, size, and point of view. This example illustrates how motion is achieved by manipulating the position and speed of a semiotic sign. This type of motion is something a user can actually mimic with their own hand. In this way, motion is a tool for creating unique digital environments that represent what users know through their own movement in physical realm space. Additionally, motion also operates as an action onto a sign by the user who clicks it, like the Facebook like button. The user experiences their own motion, but also sees the semiotic sign react to that gesture. And as Geyer points out, it can create wonder and magic in an environment where there may not be any. This type of sensation is both intriguing and compelling. In conclusion, through motion of either the sign or their own, the user connects with what's being portrayed on the screen because the interaction with the semiotic sign is similar to their own experiences. The user's perception of motion originates from the physical biological world. This is also true of its use as a communication device. Both are similar and innate to our experiences and may also have cultural significance. What this means is that graphic designers can create powerful and meaningful experiences with the interactive semiotic sign through motion or communication. Additionally, interactive semiotic signs can socially create meaning by shaping the way we interact and communicate with each other on a daily basis. As the opportunities in digital design grow, interactivity will most likely grow with it. This style is effective because it comes naturally to how people interact in real life and provides control over digital experiences as well as being magical and functional. Similarly, great care needs to be taken when designing these environments because they can greatly influence human behavior in society.